Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here coming at you with the next guide and video in the Platinum Trophy Guide for Lords of the Fallen. In the last video, we returned to the Rogar realm and defeated the next two bosses, the Guardian and Annihilator, getting both of their unique weapons and also getting some trophies along the way. And then afterwards, you were supposed to go through the portal after the Annihilator and speak to Adyr, getting his stone, and talking to Caslo, and then you will be teleported to where we are right now. As you'll see right here, this will line up. You'll have a portal and then a chest behind you, but for now we're just going to focus on what's right in front of us, and that is already a boss. This is the Lost Brothers. Basically, they have a pretty simple attack pattern that you can kind of abuse, more or less. Now, depending on which one you defeat first, determines which unique weapon you get. So for this sake, we're just going to use the lightning one. Now do be careful though, as you'll want to be aware of where the other one is located at. For some reason he almost let me fully defeat him, but as you can see the other one is right there, so you basically just want to get away from him. Now this one is a little bit different. He doesn't have a two-swipe combo. He just has a single swipe, and then he also has a breath attack that he can do. But also be careful, as he can place fire directly on the ground like so. That sets you on fire and can deal quite a bit of damage depending on your armor, of course. But it's a lot easier to fight the lightning one first, but make sure that you deal enough damage to the fire one. So basically just do an attack and then roll away. Try not to get set on fire as much, you know. When you can get like a running R2, that'll do some decent damage to him. But then, you know, like always, be careful where the lightning one is. You can see he's right there. Do be careful though, as when the lightning one is defeated, the fire one will gain some of his attacks. Then as you'll see, now the fire one will be the only one that we have to deal with. Somehow that's still hitting me. He will do the lightning one's little thunder jump, so that is kind of nice. He's beating me up. But we're almost done. I keep doing this attack when I'm too far away from him. Not hitting. There we go. Almost done though. Almost done. Nah. One hit away. Oh, it's unfortunate. But I'm going to skip to the end now. So, like I said, whichever one you defeat first will give you the unique shield of the property that they have. So lightning gets you a shield that reflects lightning. And then afterwards we're going to talk about what the Rune of Adyr does and stuff like that. Alright, so now you should have the 2 against 1 trophy, and when you come and interact with the shard, you'll get whatever, you know, shield it is, and so on. But if you come over here to this blacksmith area, you can interact with the crafter, and then he'll ask you one of 3 things to use the rune for, and whatever you choose is what ending you get for the game. In this case, we're going to put it on our weapon.
Use the rune for my weapon.
Do it.
So now whenever you are in the rune section, you can equip the rune on whatever item that you want, and we're going to equip it onto our sword, Last Will. So yeah. So basically, like I said, depending on where you equip the rune is dependent on what ending of the game you get. So basically from here you just want to go through and defeat the last few enemies that you'll have to fight in the game, and that'll get you another trophy for defeating all kinds of monsters. The Citadel is probably the now hardest area in the game in my opinion, as the enemies here hit very hard and take a bunch of hits. But before you complete the game, there's side stuff that you want to make sure that you have. When you look at the lore section, you just want to go through and count and see if you have as much as you can. I will leave links so you can check yourself to see and make sure that you've gotten all that you can in the first playthrough, as there are some that are only available in New Game Plus. So you will not get the trophy for finding all 60 audio logs in your first playthrough, but you'll get it probably early on in the second playthrough. Now, you're not going to be beating the game in your second playthrough, it's just to finish up some remaining trophies, and then you're going to have to start 2 new saves to beat the game as a rogue and as a cleric, getting the other 2 endings of the game. But you will, like I said, you'll have to do stuff in New Game Plus regardless, so I'm going to go through, clear out most of the area if I can, and I'll see you when it's said and done, and I'm going to come back from this area. Alright, so from here, if you follow the path that I take, it's the most direct route to get to where you need to go, as you're basically just going all the way back up the roof to the roof where you first meet Kazone and Tanis. You can explore the area, of course, and then go through. I will point out that there are these specific knights right here with the great swords, that if you want to try and farm them for a better weapon than what we currently have, then you can always do that. But from there, you'll just follow this path. And right about in this next room, you'll be attacked by that one guy who wanted you to go find those men who entered the Rogar realm without permission. And he'll now attack you. And when you defeat him, you'll get the South Passage key, which I'll actually show you just here in a minute. But from here, if you follow this path around and up, basically it leads all the way to where you need to go. There's nothing really new. You can get some keys to some side areas while you're here in the Citadel to open up some doors and chests. Here you'll find Kazlo, sadly. He's been murdered. And then you'll come up all the way, and this is going to be the main checkpoint, I'll say, before you can't return. So from here you can basically just remember this spot as the main point from before you go into New Game Plus. So if you're not sure that you finished everything, you can use the checklist that I will have links to in the comment section or in the description. That way you can just double check and make sure that you have absolutely everything that you need. But from here we're actually going to head outside to the side area where you're going to go if you're going to fight the third boss, the Worshipper. And I'm going to show you where to use that key for the South Passage. Alright, so here on the side area where you're, like I said before, you're going to go down and fight the Worshipper. If you come here, you can finally unlock this door here, which is stumbling me for so long. And I'm also going to show you a little secret area while we're here, or secret hidden door, in case you're missing one. But if you come back here to this wall, you can find that there's a chest and a ghost you can talk to.
Hello.
You can talk to him for a bit, Then you can ask him if he's a ghost too, and then you can just swing at him, and then the quest will be resolved. Then you can open up his chest here. But from here, basically, all you want to make sure that you do is you finish up everything necessary. So go and do all of the portals that you haven't done yet. Most of them are pretty straightforward and have enemies that you can now easily wipe through, except for the ones that involve like some of the knights. Those will probably be a bit of a, difficulty, or a bit difficult to say. But other than that, from here it's basically just going to be fighting the last boss and then going into New Game Plus real quick and talking about stuff like that. Like I said, just make sure that you have as many lore pieces as you can. I think in total you can get around 55, 56 or something like that before New Game Plus. So just go and check. Like I said, I'll leave links to that. And then from here, basically, we're going to just go and fight in Tanis. Alright, so now from here, like I said before, you just want to make sure that you've done everything in the game. Go through, do all of the Infinite Voids, the Lost Treasure portals, just the Proving Grounds. You make sure you want to do those. I am about to show you where all of those locations are, just so you know exactly, as some of them are kind of hidden and some are kind of just blatantly in your face. But other than that, like I said, I'll leave links to things to make sure you can just double check everything, as there are things that you can only obtain in New Game Plus. So for the start, we're going to show you where the first portal is, and then go on from there in an order that would make sense. So yeah. Alright, so using the first boss's room as a base, we can go and find the first portal, which you can access right after defeating the first boss for some treasure. So if you come around here and follow the path like you're going through the tutorial, you'll easily run into it, and it's hard to miss, as there's even a tutorial section for the encounter, and it'll tell you about it. If you just come over here, you will find it right here. There's no enemies or anything, you can just walk in and loot the chests. And then the next two I'm going to show you here in the Citadel are going to be Proving Grounds, and they are just 3 waves of enemies that you'll have to face. You can access them later in the game. So if you come back here into the main hall, and then come off to this left area here, and all the way back, we can find the second portal here in the area. And then from here, we can actually head down just right before the Lost Brothers fight, coming all the way down here. It'll be off over here to the right, will be the third portal that you can find. Now we're going to head outside to the Commander or Beast Arena, and then from there I'm going to show you the next 3. Alright, so from the Beast/Commander area, we head over here to the left, up the stairs, and then make an immediate right hard swing. We'll come back here and find our 4th portal, and then from here, if we actually just follow the main path off here over to the side, it'll lead us to the next 2. Just head all the way down this path. And you'll eventually end up here on the left at number 5. And then if we actually continue further down, we'll find number 6 just right in front of us. It'll be here just to the right. Now from here, we're actually going to head into the Catacombs first before we head to the Rogar Realm for the next portal, as there's only one in the Catacombs, and it's fairly close to this entrance. There we go. Alright, so now here in the Catacombs, if we come all the way down here, and you want to head in this first right here, and then in immediate left we'll find the portal right here. So now we're going to be officially heading into the Rogar realm, so I'm going to see you when we do that. Alright, so here in the realm of the Rogar, from the area where you fought the Guardian boss, to find the next one I'm going to show you the direct path of how you unlock it without shortcuts. So if you just come up the stairs and then head off all the way here to the back left, there'll be a staircase that you can head down. You'll probably hear it opening just now, but for the sake of things, I'm going to show you how to get there directly. So come down these stairs, and then you can just run all the way back here, and then you will find it in this last little chamber right here. That'll be the next one. Now from here I will show you the next one. So from here, if you head back up the stairs, and then actually through the shortcut that you unlock after the infiltrator boss fight here, that leads you back out, it's the easier path to find the next one. Come down here, and just on the other side here, there is going to be the portal, like so. Now from here is actually a pretty easy one. Is if you actually run back to this area, we'll be able to reach the final portal of the area, or of the game, that you have to do in a much faster time. So I'm just going to ignore the enemies if I can. So if you come in here, come into this area and run through this door, it'll lead you directly to the next area. Alright, so here in the southern edge of the Hall of Lies, there'll just be two enemies that you need to face and defeat. Right here. And then you can find the last and final portal right here, just before the Annihilator boss fight. So as of now, we're going to head once again all the way back to the Citadel, as this should be the end. You should have nothing left that you need to do, and yeah, so see you there. Alright, now like I said, you should have everything done. If you need to just double check and make sure that you have the one Rune of Adyr on your weapon, or whatever ending you're trying to go for, then that's perfectly fine. So now from here, basically all you're going to do is come up here, and we'll initiate the final fight of the game, and get our 2 trophies. One for beating the game as a warrior, and one for beating the game and getting a specific ending. So Adyr has become the judge. You can basically get him to do a 3 combo attack. So basically every now and then he will summon enemies to heal him, and then he'll eventually go up top. His hitboxes are a little bit annoying, but still. Doing this, you have time to get in some damage, so by all means, use that. So now he'll summon these Rottens, and he'll jump up top, and he'll start to fire lasers at you. Like so. They do a bit of damage. He'll also change how they are, and then he'll eventually come down and then begin to heal off of them. But since for some reason, that final checkpoint doesn't give you a lot of potions, you'll have to just more or less restart. But I'm going to skip to when we beat him and are ending the game. Alright, so now that you have beaten the game, you will get the 2 trophies, one for beating him as a warrior, and the Faith is Weakness trophy for putting the rune in your weapon. Now, of course, you can play the game however you want and get one of the 2 other endings and stuff like that. So from here, the last trophy to talk about in the video/guide is more or less just going to be defeating the first warden with his own weapon, which you got at the start of this guide, and that is going to be Persistence. All the way down here. Pretty weak greatsword, but basically all you have to do is deal the finishing blow, and that should get you the trophy. It'll pop once you have defeated him, and the cutscene plays like normal after you defeat a lord. Then you'll get it. So yeah. Now, as you're going through New Game Plus, just remember to thoroughly explore again, and try and get any remaining armor sets that you couldn't have available in the first playthrough. And then also get whatever remaining notes that you can find to get the audio notes. Like I said, I'll leave links to those in the description so you guys can do that. So anyways, this has been Mr. Pilgrim. Hopefully this guide has been helpful in helping you guys obtain the Platinum Trophy for Lords of the Fallen. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next one.